Assalamu alaikum. In this lecture, we're going to continue our technique of interpolation in numerical methods. And in this lecture, we're going to find how we're going to find the central difference table. And because this table is very important as far as our coming numerical techniques in interpolations are concerned. So first, we're going to define how we're going to get the central difference table. Remember this table, central difference table that we are talking about, we're going to use it in different model, in different numerical methods technique that we're going to use in as far as interpolation in numerical methods are concerned. So as far as this table is concerned, for example, from the given set of data you have the values of x, and then according to this values we have the values that these values going to define the function f of x. And you know from our previous definition that we are representing f of x as y as well. So looking this thing here, and you know about the this operator as well. This is the forward difference operator. Okay, so we're gonna start with by drawing this one. Like we have an x values from the given set of data. Okay, now we're gonna have y, that is the function values f of x, y, because we are getting y is equal to f of x here. Then we have del y, del square y, del cube y, del 4y, del 5y, up to the point that we want to take data here. So here we're going to start with the descending order, where x minus 3, x minus 2, x minus 1, x of 0 here, x1 and x2 here. Now see here, because we are taking x0 here as a center point between the upper points and the lower points, that's why it is called a central difference table actually, where x0 will be the starting point actually from the given set of data here, and y will be equal to y minus 3 if we are getting the value at x minus 3 and putting in function, and we are getting f of x, then it will be equal to y minus 3, y minus 2, y minus 1, y0, y1, y2. Now see here how we are getting this del y here. Now from the using the definition of this operator, we are getting this value del y minus 3 will be equal to this one, y minus 2 minus y minus 3 here. Okay, now what will be the value of del y minus 2? That will be equal to y minus 1 minus y at the value of minus 2 here, and the value of y naught will be del y minus 1. Here this value will be del y minus 1 will be equal to y0 minus y1 here, and moving on to this one. Now in del square y, we are getting the difference here from this, you can say the lower value minus the upper value here. So for example, if we are getting the value here, that will be equal to I have not written down here, but that will be equal to this one. So it will be equal to del y minus del at y minus 2 minus del at y minus 3 here, and so on. And then we're going to move here at del cube of y, that will be equal to this value, okay, minus this value. And if you're going to move on to another part of that table, that will be del tetra y here, that will be equal to del y3 minus 2 minus y3, and then we're going to move further. So that is about the central difference table that we're going to use in different numerical method techniques in interpolation, or different interpolation techniques in numerical methods. So for example, we're going to do an example as far as this difference table is concerned. So this is an example here. Here we're going to use central interpolation to find y for x is equal to 35 from following table, or from the following data here. Okay, so what we have to find x is equal to 35 from that given following table or the set of data here. Now you know we have to write it in terms of a table here, because we want to define a central difference table here. So when we're gonna arrange it in tabular form, that's gonna look like this. Remember the starting point that I was talking about regarding central difference table formula. Here we're gonna take x naught is equal to 40 here. So we have we're going to take this value as a central value here. Okay, our starting value here, and because this we are taking central value as a starting value, so that's why this will be the we're going to define the central difference table here. So according to the central difference table for given set of data, we have arranged data like this here. And now according to this technique, that according to the table that I told you how we're going to derive these values, we have written down the values here. We have different values of x, and we're going to write it down like here, that x will be as equal to 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now and we have the y values here as well. We have arranged it there as well, and then we're going to find del y. That first one, del y minus 2 will be equal to 439 minus 512, that will be equal to minus 73. Del y minus 1 will be equal to 346 minus 439, that will be equal to minus 93. And del y0 will be equal to 243 minus 246, that will be equal to minus 103. And del square y will be equal to minus 93 minus 73, that will be equal to plus, actually when you're going to minus it, then it's going to be plus, and that will be equal to plus minus 20 here, because minus 93 is greater in size here. And here del square minus y will be equal to minus 103 plus 93, that will be equal to minus 10 here. And then we're going to move on to the last value, that will be equal to del cube y minus 7 will be equal to 10 here. Now see here, for example, what we have to find here, actually we have to find x is equal to 35 here. Okay, so and for that value we have to find the value of f of x or y here. So what we are doing here, we're gonna do here, see here, now we have defined the central difference table here. And this is from the thing that how we're going to define the table. Now we're going to as far as our this example is concerned, and why we are deriving this table, because we have to find the this point, that this value, that x is equal to 35, and we have to find the function value as well. So for that thing, as far as this central table is concerned, we're going to use a Stirling central difference interpolation formula. And according to this formula, this is the formula that we're gonna apply here. According to this formula, y of x will be equal to y naught plus p here. Now this is a new term here, but I'm gonna define the p. I'm gonna let you know. And into del y naught plus del y minus 1 over 2 plus p square 2 factorial del square y minus 1 here. Remember, because we are taking only when you're going to define the table here, we only need the values till this point here actually. Okay, so that's why this table we're going to define this according to this, only through this term here. Now this p is equal to x minus x naught over h, where h is the fixed length that we are consistently talking about. Now if we're going to find the p here, that will be equal to x, where we have to find the value, and this will be 35 minus 40. This was our central value that we are talking about. Actually this is the starting value, but we are using a central difference interpolation formula. That's why x naught is equal to 40 here. 35 minus 40 divided by 10, where h is defined. Actually I have not defined here the h, but h is given here, that is 10 here. Or you can get this h from the given set of data here as well. This is 20, 30, 40 and 50. So from this given set of data, you know that h is equal to 10 here. Now see here, by applying all these values to the given formula here, you will get the value for x35, that is equal to 393.75. So this is about a central difference table and Stirling central difference interpolation formula. In our next lecture, we're going to talk about the Newton forward difference interpolation formula and Newton forward backward difference interpolation formula. So and as far as these topics, numericals of these topics are concerned, we're going to talk about its numerical problems in our interactive sessions. So thank you so much.